Thank you. Please be seated. Prefect joke of the day is, what do you call a sleepy dinosaur? A dino-snore.
Dino-snore, very good. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So if I were to go over here and sit on this stool, you would all start panicking. You would all start panicking because you would think, oh no, he's lost it completely. He's going to start singing some ancient Scottish ballad. No, you're safe. You're safe. I'm not going to do that. I want to recognize some of the admirable efforts that went in to the closing of seasons that took place last week and the weekend. So I'm going to start with Friday and the rugby finals. And I know that the squads, the grade 10 squad and the first 15 squad, certainly initially were very disappointed and thought that they'd let themselves down, they'd let the school down, let everybody down. And I know that they've been working, and the coaches have been working at changing that perspective, and I just want to build on changing that perspective. Because both of those squads have had admirable seasons. Lots of incredibly hard effort and focus and determination going into their efforts. If you look at their achievements, you know, the grade 10s, for example, winning Island champions, BC Sevens champions, and second in the BC Provincial Championship. And you look at the first 15, Premier League champions, BC Sevens champions, and second in the Provincial Championships. So, again, focus on the achievements, because we all know that coming up short of where you want to be at times in life is actually good for you, because it's a reflection of life. We don't always get what we want. And sometimes, no matter how hard we work, we don't always get what we want. That's just life. And we at school here, and in life in general, should be teaching a little bit about handling disappointment, handling failure sometimes, handling just not quite achieving what you want to achieve. Because that's, again, it's actually ultimately good for you. You know, just as we talk about adversity making you stronger. Well, failure makes you stronger. You know, coming up short makes you stronger. It doesn't necessarily taste good. It's a bit like that stuff, what's it called? Buckley's. You know that Buckley's that they advertise on TV? Tastes awful, but it works. Well, it's a bit like that with failure. It tastes awful, but it works. It actually makes you better. So the ultimate question you ask yourself in any area of life where you've put in effort is, did I try my hardest? And if the answer to that is yes, then you smile and you move on. If the answer to it is no, then you take one more moment or two of regret, not much, and then you smile and you move on with even greater determination. So that's how you deal with all of that. So I want to recognize, the grade 10 squad to come up. Now, don't knock over my microphone. So come on to the steps in the front here, the grade 10 rugby squad to come up so that we can recognize their achievements. Come on, grade 10s. Now, I can't see them, so are any of them smiling? Or are they all giving it that kind of serious look? The serious look? Okay, smile, chaps. Because remember, if you were listening to me, you're now happy because you're celebrating your efforts and your achievements. In addition to all their other achievements, they produced in the final what was generally reckoned to be the best game of rugby, the most skillful, exciting game of rugby that many people had seen at any level for a long time. Ball being thrown all over the place, great athleticism, great skill. So nothing to be glum about. Once again, our grade 10 rugby squad. Thank you, well done. There's a group of senior boys out there around who are going, oh no, it's our turn. But I don't want you to be thinking, oh no, because we're proud of you. So the senior boys, rugby squad, please come up here and get your moment of recognition. That's right. You know when they get those photos taken, you all do it as well with your team photos. They put on that sort of serious, glum look. Remember what I say to the chapel all the time. The quickest way to improve your looks is by smiling. It's the cheapest as well, actually. It doesn't cost you anything. So smile, chaps. You've had a great season overall. Let's focus on the accomplishments and the journey you've been on together as you go forward. We're proud of you. Senior Boys Rugby Squad, well done. Did any of them smile? Okay, bear with me here. This is important stuff. There's a lot of work has gone into these moments, so I'm hoping you'll bear with me. So I had the great joy of doing what I've done for over 20 years and getting myself out to St. Catherine's in Ontario for the finals on Sunday, the rowing finals. And what a day it was. It was just memorable in so many ways. So I'm going to ask all of our St. Catherine's athletes to come up here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what they did. Come on. Haven't seen you since last night. Keep your medals, no, keep your medals. Display your medals. We figured it all out? There we go, right. So these young people did you proud. They were an absolute credit to the school and to themselves and their families. Culmination of a lot of work, and anybody that knows anything about rowing knows that you have to put a lot of hard yards, as it were, a lot of hard work in before you get any kind of semblance of rewards. All that winter training, all that pain on the erg. If you've ever been on an erg, you know that that's just distilled pain. And then all that work, sometimes in miserable weather out there on the water. So this is the first time that I can remember in all that 20 plus years that we've ever taken a squad to the nationals and where everybody has made it to a final. Because this is a big deal. You've got 600 or 700 athletes from all over Canada, and it's the culmination of their season. And in fact, down into Michigan, even from Florida, there were crews. So it's not just the nationals as such; it's almost like North American. So it's a big deal, and they're all there. They're all peaking, and they're all trying to get to the finals, and they're all trying to get into those 6 boats that get into the final through all the rounds. So these young people to my left and behind me managed to do that, and they did it absolutely admirably. So incredible effort, incredible season, and the tradition of excellence that we've had in rowing, and at times that's sort of lapsed into pockets of excellence. Well, the tradition of excellence is back now and is going to continue, and you guys are responsible for that. So on behalf of the school, I want to thank you all. In typical modest fashion, a number of them were tucking their medals underneath their shirts and all the rest of it, because I want them to wear their medals. They got them proudly on Sunday. So, great achievement. I'm going to ask, as you applaud them back to their seats, I'm actually going to ask, we've got some double gold medal winners in here, and that would of course be Nicole Lavin, Michaela Brennan-McCann, Georgia Hall, and Alexi Fulton, and Olivia Brigden coxed them in the one of those 2 medals where they had a cox. So there we go. I'm going to ask them, though, those gold medal winners, to lead you down the aisle. So go right down the aisle, taking the applause, and leave your plaques with me, and then find your way back to your seats. How embarrassing is that? I'm good at embarrassing people, though. Okay, our rowers, national finalists and champions. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Madame Michaela. Thank you. Wow, well done. There is no one in this chapel that's as good at embarrassing people as the headmaster. That's my family. Anyway. So as we move on here, one of the things I haven't done, actually, before we move on, I want to recognize the incredible work of the coaches here, because in both those sports, those adults who are guiding, mentoring, encouraging, cajoling, everything that goes into a coaching, teaching, instructing role, they're doing it, and they're doing it at such a high level. So in terms of the rowing, coaches Montgomery, Ms. Platt, Mr. Bowmans and Mr. Matic are at this point somewhere in the USA driving the boats back. Mr. Stevenson over here. In the rugby, Mr. Murdy, Mr. Williams, and Mr. Doyle with the seniors, and Mr. Plater, Mr. Anquetil, and Mr. Monroe with the Colts. So let's give all of them and all the coaches a round of applause. Fabulous, well done. So one of the questions that comes my way quite often these days is, well, what are you going to do next, Robertson? Are you just going to put your feet up? Are you going to become a professional golfer? There's no chance of that, by the way. But what are you going to do next? And so my answer is a fairly stock one now. I say, well, I'm not committing too much. I want to take a little bit of break. We're going to do a bit of traveling. And then I've got lots of good ideas, and I've heard and listened to lots of good suggestions. So we're just going to collect them, sift through them, and decide where to put our energies. One of the few things, in fact, one of the only thing that I've committed to is to working with UNICEF, because it's just too irresistible. It's about kids, and it's about helping kids. And in particular, it's about helping kids who sometimes can't help themselves. So I'm going to do that. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I want your help. Because UNICEF has just launched a One Youth Canada campaign. And all they're looking for, they're not looking for money, all they're looking for is 8 million actions before November this year. And an action is just going onto the UNICEF website, checking out the information on this One Youth movement, and then maybe even doing something, as in talking to the local MP or volunteering for something. It explains it all extremely well in the, if you follow the link. So I'm going to send you a link, all of you. You can choose to just delete it and ignore it, or you can just check it out for me. That's all I'm asking you to do. There's some quite compelling messaging in there, and there's some celebrities who've given their time freely to actually craft these little short videos. And one of the things they're doing is challenging Canada, and this is not about Canada. It is actually about Canada, but it's about improving for everyone, because UNICEF works on two fronts. It works on the global level, and it works on the domestic level. I was shocked to hear that in a UNICEF ranking of the top 41 affluent countries in the world, and in a ranking of the best places for children to grow up, Canada has been stuck at 25th for about the last 10 years. 25th. Like, a lot of us who are proud Canadians, and those of you who are from elsewhere but have kind of appreciated this country, might be surprised at that stat. Is that okay for us to be 25th? No, it's not okay. So we want to do something about it by 2030. It's a nice long goal. By 2030, we want to change that. So we want to change the lives of some of these young people in this country and then beyond. So 1 in 5 children in Canada lives below the poverty line. 1 in 5. 1 in 7 reports being bullied on a regular basis. Information like that just sears its way into my soul. I hope it does to you too, because that's so unacceptable. So, see if you can help me. I'll send you the link, and it's up to you to do what you want with it. But it's a really good cause. Wow, there we go. And now we have a young woman who's going to sing for us. Poor Chelsie. I saw her this morning. She's very nervous. Don't be nervous, Chelsie. Chelsie Wong is going to sing an original composition. She'll tell you herself. Chelsie, thank you.
Hi. So this performance is actually dedicated to the Headmaster and the class of 2018. So as we all know, closing day is coming up, and sometimes I know it could be really hard leaving a place and saying goodbye to your closest friends, staff, teachers, and all that. But I hope this performance could let all of us, including, even if you're not leaving, to reflect on all the good times and all the memories in Shawnigan, and to live in the moment for the next 3 weeks, last 3 weeks in Shawnigan. And for the song I chose today, is a really special song. It's written by someone I know personally, and someone that I look up to a lot. And he wrote a song called Saying Goodbye, and I just thought I would like to share it with you today, so I hope you will like it. My mind's a broken record. I'm playing it over and over again. Saying goodbye, saying goodbye, saying goodbye. And for as long as I can remember, I've heard this voice inside saying goodbye, saying goodbye, saying goodbye. Well, you can find me parked by the highway, only you drove to town. Yeah, if I can leave this place, I'd live it somehow. If I asked you to come, would you leave right now and say goodbye? Would you say goodbye? If we stay right here, we're gonna break down, or we could follow that road straight out of this town and say goodbye. Come on and say goodbye with me. I see it in your broken smile, the memories dance where hope has died. From when you were young, from when you were young, from when you were young. It's just a few hours till a better day. Well, your past won't get in your way. You can still dream, we gotta dream. Come on, baby, let's dream. And if you'll just take my hand, we'll find a way. No, if I can leave this place, I'll live it somehow. If I asked you to come, would you leave right now and say goodbye? Would you say goodbye? If we stay right here, we're gonna break down, or we could follow that road straight out of this town and say goodbye. Would you say goodbye? Like everyone else who's left us behind, gone out on their own. Yeah, I've got hope and I've got a plan, but I can't make it alone. If I can leave this place, I'll live it somehow. If I asked you to come, would you leave right now and say goodbye? Would you say goodbye? If we stay right here, you can fall me down. There's a bright light leaning straight out of this town and say goodbye. Come on and say goodbye with me. With me. Oh, my mind's a broken record. I'm playing it over and over again. Saying goodbye, saying goodbye, saying goodbye. Thank you.
Wow, Chelsie, what a beautiful treat this morning. very emotional for many of us, but just a gift that you just gave to us. So thank you so much for that. What a way to start the day. Okay, have a good one, people. See you later. Thanks.